Transportation Security Administration, TSA, to allow individuals to apply jointly for the Merchant Mariner Credential and the Transportation Worker Identification Credential, known as the TWIC card, with one simple application process. Americans employed in the maritime industry, both at our nation's seaports and onboard vessels, are required by federal law to have both a valid Merchant Mariner Credential issued by the Coast Guard National Maritime Center and the TWIC card issued by TSA. This process needs to be streamlined so that the applicants are not forced to provide duplicative information to two agencies, both of which are housed within the Department of Homeland Security. If an individual does not have both of these cards at the very same time, they cannot legally work and support their families or themselves. Mr. Chairman, it's my understanding that the federal law authorizes the Coast Guard and the TSA to work concurrently, but they don't. What a surprise. However, stakeholders have shared that this joint application authority does exist all the way back to 2006, but has not yet been implemented. So, Mr. Chairman, I need your help. The Coasties need your help. The Coast Guard needs to work with the TSA, and we need your pressure on them to make it happen. Will you do that?
Yes, sir, if the gentleman would yield.
I would be happy to.
I certainly will. I agree with the gentleman. I served on Homeland as we were trying to implement the TWIC process. It has been bungled since the beginning. And I have been contacted by numerous members of the maritime community complaining about this exact problem, and we got to figure out how to get it fixed.
Well, Mr. Chairman, reclaiming my time, there is nobody better positioned to you than to hammer the Department of Homeland Security, the Coast Guard. Yep, get your gavel out.
But who's in charge of the Homeland Security?
Oh, yeah, well, there's that problem, too. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Chairman, and I'm sure that the members of this committee who have mariners in their district would like to work with you to put whatever motivation might be necessary. So thank you. I withdraw my amendment.
Just yielding myself such time as I may consume, I assure you that I will work with all the relevant members of the committee on both sides of the aisle. I'm sure this is a common concern with the ranking member and the subcommittee chair and the ranking member of the full committee and myself, and we will do what we can to find someone in Homeland. Maybe they could just delegate it all to the Coast Guard somehow, but one way or another, we're going to get it done.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.